What's going on, guys? Tyler here, and welcome back to this video series about building a website from the ground up. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about domain names and hosting. Now, the domain names and hosting are the backbones of how you're actually going to get your website up and running and ready to be developed. And of course, guys, if you're new to the channel, be sure and smash that nice red looking subscribe button, join the family, be notified of upcoming videos just like this one, as well as the video series will be linked down below in a YouTube playlist. So as I'm actually putting these videos out, they will be added to that YouTube playlist. So if you want to watch them all in order, you can check that out and continue on in this series. And of course, guys, we've talked about this a little bit in previous videos, but I always recommend Siteground Web Hosting. They're the fastest web host I have ever found. And if you're looking for new web hosting, or maybe you're transferring over from an old web host, be sure and check out Siteground. I have a link. It'll be that first link down below in the description. See what kind of price you can get for their hosting. They really have an amazing service, and it's only getting better. And I say that because their services are actually getting faster, which I didn't even know was possible. If you guys saw one of my previous videos, my website was scoring like grade A's and 5 stars, like basically the max rating you could get. And now it's even going to get faster. So that's ridiculous. This web host is just by far the best that I've ever seen. So if you guys are interested, be sure and check that out. It really isn't that bad of a price. It really is a pretty good price. So check out that link. Now, guys, let's go ahead and jump into talking about domains and then over to hosting. And we'll get through this video pretty quickly here so you can get started on picking out your domain and getting your host set up. All right, guys, so the first resource I have for you is Godaddy.com. You can actually just Google it, GoDaddy, or just search godaddy.com and you'll find it. I don't have any link for you here, but basically what you're going to do is right in here, you're just going to put in your domain name. So let's just put in some random domain name here. So we have tutorial page. We'll go ahead and just search this domain. I'm guessing this is actually probably taken. It looks like it is available for $1,000. So right here, if you can see that there's some kind of like premium domain, you'll see a very expensive price here, but you'll see some other options with GoDaddy as well. If you're looking for a different type of extension, such as an XYZ, a .co, .org, .com, .live, .info, or co.us, certain things like that, you can actually buy those domains from here. Now, if you're brand new to domains, don't worry, you can really get any kind of extension as long as there's not certain restrictions. Like, for example, the .us does have certain restrictions, but pretty much for the most part, you can get any extension that you want. Preferably, it's a .com that's just widely accepted. Obviously, that's just like the industry standard of what people want for their domain name. But if it doesn't work out for some reason, you can always try a different extension. Okay, so I've actually changed this up a little bit. It's going to be tutorialpagewebsite.com there. And as you can see right here, we do have that .com available. So perfect, it's ready to go. Now we have here $1 a month. I think GoDaddy actually changed their pricing model a little bit to more charging on a monthly basis. So what we can do is actually go ahead and add to cart. And then over here on the right, it'll have us select our term length. I'll just go ahead and set up 1 year. Typically, it will auto renew. All right, now one thing I always suggest is domain privacy. Basically what this does is when you're registering a domain name, you have to register with a first and last name, a address, and a phone number. And these things can be looked up. So if you're using like your home address or your cell phone number, just know that people will be able to look that up. So what domain privacy does is basically registers it under someone else. So instead of you registering the domain name, it will be registered under GoDaddy and have GoDaddy's address and GoDaddy's phone number. That way GoDaddy kind of acts as that middleman that protects you from people just randomly looking up your personal information. Now, honestly, that's getting kind of expensive right there. And GoDaddy is getting more and more expensive to register a domain name. So if you're going to register a domain name through GoDaddy, definitely look up promo codes. They always have them out there. They're, very easy to find through a bunch of different promo code websites. So definitely look those up and see if you can get a better deal through those. Now, it doesn't actually matter where you register your domain. You can go through any number of domain registrars, but basically what you need to do is purchase that domain, and then we're going to have it point over to the host. So here's a few other websites that I have used to register domains in the past, and I've had great success. This is by Ionos, I think it is. It's ionos.com. It used to formerly be one-on-one domains, I believe. And They've been great, pretty cheap, not super expensive, and I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe at the time that I registered my domain with them, they were offering free domain privacy, so they protected your information for free, and that wasn't an extra charge like GoDaddy had. If you want to have an even more fluid experience with your Google account, your Gmail account, or anything like that, you can actually register domains through Google Domains. It's domains.google is their website, and it's very, very easy to register here. You just go ahead, search up a domain, and you can buy it. Again, they have a lot of different extensions as well, other than a .com or .net. You can buy those domains there, and then they're basically just sitting in your Google account registered to you there. Another place you can register domains is called Namecheap, and it's right there, Namecheap. This is not a place I've used very frequently, but I actually registered my last domain here, and we're going to be using this domain for the video series. And I'll show you the reason why, because this actually has an extension of .id, which I thought was really cool, and I was able to register my name, just Tyler.id, which is a super, super tiny domain, and what will normally be very, very expensive for such a short domain, I was able to register it very, very cheap here on Namecheap. So that's pretty much it for domains, guys. You just go to one of these domain registrars that I've showed you here, and you can actually just go ahead and search up your domain, see if it's available, see if you want a .com or a different extension, and then go ahead and just purchase it. And once you purchase it, it should be linked to your account with that company, whether you went with GoDaddy, and it'll be linked to your GoDaddy account, or if you went with Namecheap, it'll be under your Namecheap account. And then once you have that set up, it's time to start looking for some hosting. All right, guys, so let's talk about hosting. My number one priority is speed and security, but basically you can pick from any of these various hosts. GoDaddy has hosting options, Bluehost has hosting options. I don't prefer them at all. HostGator has hosting options. They're decent, but my top pick is Siteground, and they are phenomenal. They have so many great hosting options, and their speed and security, which are my two top priorities when it comes to hosting, are just blow the others out of the water. They are amazing. If you guys really, like, in my opinion, this is the best host. So if you guys want the best host, from what I've seen and from what I've found, definitely check out Siteground. Their prices are really, really good. You can check out the link down below in the description. It'll be that first link there, and you guys, really, it is a phenomenal host. And if you guys are concerned at all, take my word for it. Honestly, I've been developing websites for a long, long time. I've been with GoDaddy hosting, Bluehost hosting, HostGator hosting, and SiteGround hosting. And out of the four, I really, really love SiteGround. And not just their product is fantastic, but their customer service is just so far beyond what you would expect from a website host. And I really, really appreciate that. That's something very important to me. So many good features and good factors about SiteGround. I highly recommend them to everyone. Again, that link is the first link down below in the description. We're actually going to be using SiteGround to set up this hosting for this whole video series. And again, if you're checking out this video series, there is a playlist link down below. You can actually continue on in this video series. But this SiteGround actually reached out to me. They offered me free hosting on their highest hosting plan right here, this Go Geek plan, which is super exciting. They offered this to me for this tutorial series. So I'm super excited to be actually showing you how to use SiteGround and why they are phenomenal. But to get back on track, that's pretty much it, guys. All you have to do in this step is go ahead and buy your domain name from wherever you want, come back and find a host. Go to any of these websites, pick out your host, and then you just sign up and purchase the hosting. Now, once you have that hosting purchased, you'll have an account with these companies, whether it's SiteGround or GoDaddy or Bluehost or HostGator. You'll have an account with one of these companies and you'll have a hosting plan set up. So our next step is connecting our domain name to our actual host, and that will be in the next video in this video series. So keep watching, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, be sure and smash that nice red looking subscribe button and join the family. Be notified of upcoming videos just like this one. And again, if you're looking to transfer hosts, or maybe you're looking for a brand new host because you're building your website from the ground up with us, be sure and check out that first link down below in the description and get your hands on an awesome, awesome hosting plan from SiteGround. All right, guys, with no further ado, I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.